the very nature of unselfish giving, dedicated to a higher purpose. I think that's what attracts people to this life, religious life, and really to any great cause.
Women and men religious from numerous orders have served the Diocese of Scranton, teaching in schools, sponsoring healthcare institutions, ministering to the poor, and advocating for justice.
When you look at the area of social justice, the rights of the poor, the rights of the immigrants, people in society that really almost have no one else, our outreach has gone in those directions.
The Sisters, servants of the Immaculate Heart of Mary, were the first to arrive in 1858.
We were here before the diocese was formed, mostly in education and meeting the needs of the immigrant people who came to this area.
As the population of Catholics swelled, Bishop O'Hara invited other religious orders to the diocese to meet the needs of the newly arriving immigrants, many of whom did not speak English.
Most of our schools were of the German parishes. The pastors of those parishes writing to our foundress in Germany for the needs of the German immigrants.
From the time of their arrival in 1872, the Sisters of Christian Charity expanded in presence, deciding to build their first American mother house in Wilkes-Barre in 1877. The Religious Sisters of Mercy followed shortly thereafter, arriving in 1873.
The Sisters of Mercy had come from Ireland. They'd come from Catherine Macaulay, who was a young woman who really addressed the needs of the poor in Ireland. The sisters came to Wilkes-Barre, to St. Mary's. They were asked to come to teach in the elementary school, eventually the high school.
Religious orders from all over Europe began to follow their flocks to America, helping the Diocese of Scranton provide care and extending opportunity throughout.
Father Matthew Jankula, a Slovak priest of the diocese, founded the Sisters of St. Cyril and Methodius, approved by the Holy See in 1909.
As needs arose, the well-established orders expanded into health care, higher education, and social justice.
Our foundation is really to, as we say, go where the need is. It's part of our charism of who we are, to meet the changing needs of the time and mostly to respond to the needs of the poor.
The IHM Sisters answered the call to care for abandoned and orphaned children, establishing St. Joseph's Foundling Home in 1888. The Sisters of Mercy founded Mercy Hospital in Wilkes-Barre in 1898, beginning a century of ministry and health care. Another example of a religious order coming to the diocese to meet a particular need is the Order of the Holy Cross.
Part of Father Moreau's vision of higher education was as an act of resurrection, moving from darkness to light. And so in some ways, coming here was to try to help the sons of coal miners move literally from the dark to above ground to the light, but also to enlighten minds, to enlighten hearts, and to give people hope.
The mission of the Society of Jesus has always had an important place for education. We have defined our mission in recent years as that of the service of faith and the promotion of justice. Pope Francis, himself a Jesuit, has said that authentic faith always inspires one to want to change the world.
The Sisters of Mercy have a common bond in their mission and in the critical concerns that they put forward, and they are immigration, care for the earth, nonviolence, racism, and women, in particular human trafficking.
Through several facilities that bear the name of their foundress, Catherine Macaulay, the Sisters of Mercy provide housing to women and children in need. They also offer academic assistance to children who live in low-income family housing developments and help to care for elderly residents.
In 1904, the Passionist Fathers celebrated their first Mass at St. Anne's Monastery in West Scranton. Beginning in 1924, the annual Novena to St. Anne has established the monastery as a public pilgrimage site and earned it the designation of National Shrine Basilica.
People from this area and from around the globe return to Scranton year after year to simply sit at the feet of Jesus, to listen to his word, and to be inspired.
You know, that whole motto, what would Jesus do? That's still fundamentally a touchstone of who we are. How do we follow in Jesus' example, his footsteps?